Hello, guys, from wherever you're watching. Thank you, guys, for tuning in yet into another episode. I welcome you guys from wherever you're watching. This is yet another episode of my life in this journey that I started to tell you guys about, and it's a good journey, and I hope you guys learn from it. Make sure you guys are subscribing out there, sharing and liking my videos, and thank you guys for who you've subscribed, and I hope to get to talk to. I hope by my stories I get to share, that I get to communicate with one of you guys and communicate with you guys in a way that you understand, or in a way that you get what I'm talking about. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. Welcome, guys, and make sure that you subscribe, and this is yet another episode. I'm going to be talking about friendships, and also my new friendship, and also sort of like a relationship, and also me being a Chelsea fan. So welcome, guys. So, guys, my friendships from the past were gone, and I was the kind of man that I was. I just became a different man. The friendships were gone, and I was really careful not to go back to the past. It was a new environment for me, as you've been following my stories. So it was MKU. It was a new environment, and so it was just time for me to engage in new friendships. So I remember when I went to another class. That class was I had a classmate who used to talk. We used to talk when in class, and then we're doing things in class. So there was these classes that were mixed. If you're in MKU, you know already. If you're watching and you're from MKU, you know how things are. There are these mixed classes in campus whereby you have different people from different majors. You mix your class up. So I think I remember I went to that class, one of that mixed class, and guys, I found I found a new I got okay from my classmates. I acquainted with another person there. I don't remember his name exactly, but I remember when we got acquainted, it was a good time from that time when we were in class. So I got acquainted to a new person. So shortly after, I remember I started when we were acquainting, I learned that the guy was actually doing pharmacy. I was actually doing actuarial science, like I was back in NKU. So we became friends. Let me just say we acquainted very fast, because after I learned that he's doing actuarial science, we acquainted, and we became friends. We became friends that fast. So I just remember telling myself that this is a new friendship. This is something that I've never done. I used to, if you guys, of course, you've been knowing that the way I used to acquaint with people, or the way I used to get friendships, was in fun, and in environments that were not exactly as I would say right at that particular moment. They're not exactly as as let me say as good as per se, but they were still I was still growing. So let me just say that. So I got a friendship now from class, and it was a new way of me getting friendship. It was so different. I remember telling myself that this is a different way, and I felt so different. So we became acquainted, we became friends, and just for the simple fact because we used to do actuarial science, and it was a good it was a good friendship for me. I remember it motivated me so much to become to study, especially to study and to become a better person in whatever I was doing and to become a better man in whatever I was doing. That reminds me that that's always like my evening prayer, like to become a better person in my life and in whatever that I do. So guys, let me just say that it was a good time. And then from there, I remember I stopped, don't worry about the lighting, guys. There's, there's something wrong with, with this ring light that I'm using. So don't worry about the lighting. It goes off sometimes, but it's going to come back on again in a few. So just bear with the video and how it is. So we got uh, oh, my friendship. The way I used to think about my friendships, guys, I used to think about them in a way that is probably it was just a way that was like different from maybe other people, of course. But now I remember telling myself, let me replace my friendships, let me do things differently. So I replaced all my friendships with relationships. But I'm not saying relationships like I had so many relationships. If I can remember in MKU, I think I had two good relationships, and at that time I replaced my friendships with one good relationship. At that particular time it was a good relationship. I was with someone around that time, and I just felt like it's good to stay away from like the environment that I used to be in KU and be in a new environment. So I did that. So guys, I will tell you that just make sure that you you're doing what you're embracing your new environment and you're trying to change. So I just tried to change. I replaced my friendships with a relationship, and that relationship was a good one. I remember it was not as toxic as the way I felt like my past friendships were. So yes, so that's what happened around that time. And then so I became a new man. I became a totally new man. I remember I just used to tell myself that I'm becoming a new person and I'm becoming a new man. I became a new man, guys. And then from there, uh, I was hanging out with my friend, and we used to go eat with the other classmate that I had. I met my friend through the classmate. We used to go eat, and then it was just something else, guys. It was just a new environment for me as I became a new man and everything that happened. Then I just remember we went one day to eat, and it was in the evening, and then there was this football game that was happening. It was a Chelsea game, and I think Man City, if I'm not wrong. And then I decided, you know what? I don't usually watch such games. I always see people, guys, watching games and things like that. I've never actually become like a football fan. So I just asked myself, like, why not just watch this game and just see what is there, or what is exciting about this, or what happens, or things like that. And then just like that, I watched one game and I became a Chelsea fan. Uh, I remember I just said, let me just choose Chelsea as my football club. Yo, guys, I just became a football fan. I became a Chelsea football fan, and it was such an exciting time. I remember I just got into everything, got into how the footballers live, how they do their things, their lifestyle, the money they earn, everything about footballers. I became a football fan. So I will tell you guys that it was just an amazing time for that. Uh, I just, how do I say this? It was just exciting for me. It was a new thing for me. It just felt good to become a Chelsea fan and to have something that I can say that I'm starting on a new line of like a new line of what I really want to have or what I really admire, a new line of what do they call it, a new line of interest. So it was just my new line of interest, and I just became a football fan, a Chelsea football fanatic. And I remember that same year when I became that football fan, it's the same year the Chelsea won a trophy in their Premier League. They won the Premier League. I remember at that time there was this coach called Coach Tuchel, who the Chelsea team won through that coach. So I just became a Chelsea fan. It was a new time. Just exciting. It was just an exciting time. So shout out to all footballers out, to all lovers of football out there, because football is such an interesting game. It can be such an interesting game, but sometimes mnapigwa. Sometimes things go sideways and it just becomes something else. So shout out to all everybody who is a lover of football or watches football. I can just say this, that it was an exciting time, and I became a football fan, and we used to go to these games so many times with me and my classmates and my friends. I mean, me and my friend and my classmate, we used to go to eat lunch, local spot for lunch, for eating lunch and dinner and stuff like that. We used to go and watch these games, and also in school, because also in school we had a television. So it was just, I just became this fan of football, and I think that fan in me is still there, as you guys can probably tell. It's still there, but I don't watch football as much as I remember I used to watch at that particular time. But it's still there. So make sure you guys out there have new interest. If you're in a new environment, you're looking to change your past and things like that, it's a good thing to have a new line of interest. It gets your attention, it makes you forget about things, it makes you get into a good space and environment with yourself and also with the people that you're around, and it gets you into a place where it's never going to be toxic, because if you're watching football, there's nothing toxic in there. It's always healthy, and it's always a good time. So guys, that's what happened in my life at that particular time. So I got a new friend. I got engaged in a new good relationship, and also I became a Chelsea fan. So that's what I will say that most likely happened in my first 2 years in Mount Kenya University. That's what happened. As I was still, of course, studying, I will also say that my prayer life was not as good. I never used to, like I said in my previous episode, I used to go to CU Christian Union in not in like the way I would say in a good way, but I used to go and pray. So I will still urge you guys, wherever, even if you're taking you have your new environment and you have all these things, you're venturing into this line of interest or whatever you're trying to do, just make sure that your prayer life is still there. Make sure you're praying. Make sure that you put God in the midst. Make sure you submit to Him. Make sure you're praying. At least make sure you're praying to God in whatever you're doing. And at the end of the day, you're going to be okay. So I think that is what was still missing in my life. But I will say I just became this new person. So that will be it for my episode today. I hope you guys enjoy listening to my stories. I know I said I'm going to bring up new content. It's still coming. I'm still thinking and freshening things up and trying to come up with new ideas of how I'm going to create something different, and other things that I said I'm going to that I'm supposed to be giving you content about, like my channel. So I'm still thinking about that, guys. I hope you enjoy this episode, and I hope you learn something from it, and I hope you just see things in just take something from what I say, and and just use it however you're going to use it, but just for the benefit of yourself and for people out there also, because we are not in this world by ourselves. We're not alone, and we are going to keep pressing and keep pushing until we make a name, or until we leave something, like such some sort of a legacy in this world. So that's it. That's the episode. That's it for my episode today. As I said, I'll be trying to keep this episode shorter, so that at least you can just watch them wherever you are in just a small amount of time, and then wrap it up and continue with whatever you're doing. So that's the episode for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to catch you guys in the next episode. Uh, and yeah, subscribe for those who haven't. And as I always say, as I'm about to go, like, peace.